I know that many of you are actually on your way to achieving financial success, so I decided to put together 5 things that poor people do that the rich don't. Let's get into the video. Number one, poor people watch a lot of TV. Let me put it this way. If you have the time to watch reality TV, you're probably poor. It's always amazing how much time poor people waste on meaningless television. It's one of those distractions that grabs you and doesn't let go. If you know which celebrity is dating who and you know everything, you're watching TV shows every week as the episodes come on. If you have a favorite news channel, you're probably watching too much television, hence why your life is the way it is. Celebrity gossip and buzz offer no value to your life. It only serves the celebrities. Rich people aim to be on TV instead of watching it. You might say, but Sam, watching The Big Bang Theory, some of the funny show, it helps me disconnect. That's exactly the issue. You disconnect from your problems instead of dealing with them, instead of solving problems. Majority of those who watch my channels are men, and I mean, men are actually created to solve problems, not to run away from problems. Think about this. Should sitting inside watching a stream be something you really enjoy doing? Before we move forward to the second thing poor people do, let me explain what I meant by having a favorite news channel. You might say that the only good reason to watch TV is to be aware of what's happening in the world, staying informed. The problem we're seeing with this is that TV stations are always biased to fit their own gender. Instead, use the power of internet to get a quick glimpse of what the world is like and move on to your own thing. Number two, poor people eat fast food. Health is really important, and many poor people have no interest in knowing what's in their food, what an actual healthy meal should look like, or barely know anything about nutrition. Poor people are blasting their brains with large quantities of sugar and fat with no nutritional value. They are actively ruining their bodies as an effect. They cannot perform 100% of their potential. If you're not healthy, all aspects of your life are directly affected. You suffer physically, mentally, professionally, and even romantically. Number three, poor people buy clothes or products that are on sale. Let me put it this way. The only thing you should buy on sale are stocks. While poor people are looking to consume or stretch the little that they have, the rich are focused on increasing their incomes. Just think about it. The clothes that end up being on sale are the ones that people who could afford to pay before price didn't want. By buying clothes on sale, you're just making sure that you look exactly like someone who can't afford to pay the full price. Number four, poor people wake up later than rich people do in their early years. Poor people are often lazier than the rich in their early days. We know that some of you will be bothered a lot by the previous statement, but statistically, it's the truth. Someone who used their youth to grow themselves is a lot less likely to remain poor later on in life. People who do not focus on growth in their early days end up working harder with little success rates later in life just to stay up front. Number five, poor people are really into sport. The truth is, unless you're a professional athlete or an owner of one of the teams, there's really no reason for you to watch too much sport. It's the same with television. It's a way to escape you from your current reality. Think of it like this. You're putting yourself in a current position where you as an individual have no impact in the outcome of the game. Zero impact. This behavior then sticks with you. Then you end up being a spectator in life instead of being a player or an owner. And that's when you start criticizing other people when you yourself haven't done anything better. Now, I know I said 5, but I would love to add 2 more. Number 6, poor people blame others for their misfortune. How many people do you know that have some sort of excuse or blame other factors for not being successful yet? There are some things that are out of our control, but 99% of your wealth is on you. Remember that you are in charge of your life. You are in charge of your relationships. You are in charge of your health. You want things to change, do something about it. Life is not what happens to us, it's how we react to what happens to us. When something bad happens, the poor are used to blaming other people pointing other people for their misfortune. But the rich, on the other hand, would always sit down and want to solve problems. What happened? How did it happen? How can I fix it? Yes, I get successful. That is the mindset of the rich. Number 7, poor people have no money saved. One of the differences between poor people and the rich is that the former don't get ready for what's next. Having money put aside allows for growth. Let's say something bad happens. If you have money put aside, then the problem is solved and you can raise up your life. If you don't and the situation is urgent, what do? You either liquidate an asset like your car, house, etc., or you can take up a loan in which would really destroy you. For the rich, when the situation is over, they're left in the same position minus the savings. While for someone who's poor, their lifestyle have been dramatically hit or now belongs to the creditor. Now, let's look at the exact opposites. An opportunity arises. Those who have money put aside now have the chance to expand their lives, while the other cannot afford to take a full advantage of this opportunity. That's why the rich are going richer and the poor are getting poorer. Rich people would actually subscribe to my channel and like the video because they love my content and they actually want to support me. Poor people, on the other hand, would click out of the video, not subscribe, not like, because they actually know that I'm telling them the truth and they actually know that I'm talking to them and they feel criticized and they feel like they know what is right and they know what they're doing. You see, I believe everyone who watches this video actually wants to be successful, because the reason you clicked on this video is because you are actually not successful. And another thing is, rich people would actually admit the fact and always tell themselves the truth earlier. Poor people, on the other hand, would keep on lying to themselves until it's too late. Maybe until they're 40, until they're 50, when they probably should be having grandchildren. I mean, it's very late at that point in time in which you cannot do anything. But as a rich person, maybe you may not be physically rich, but you're mentally rich. You know what to do and you know when to start working. You would always tell yourself the truth and you would put the work together. Like I would always say, the best time to start is 20 years ago. The second best time to start is now. Subscribe, by the way.